Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know this little layer of skin that you have on you? You got to protect it the best way you possibly can. Even for us, gentlemen, it's an option, and that's what this show's all about. Let's find out more. Here we go.
Shut up and sit down.
Look, a business can give you everything you want in life: prestige, wealth, freedom. It can also take everything away from you. This show is for those who are willing to take that risk. These are the real life stories of entrepreneurs. But before we start, I have one small favor to ask. Please leave a comment. It can be advice, critiques, tips, feedback, or share this with someone, because your engagement is the most valuable and most powerful form of social currency. So thank you, and welcome to another episode of Business Bros. Right, business bros, today we have a special guest joining us whose journey has revolutionized men's grooming. We have the mastermind behind Tiege Hanley, a brand that is simplified skincare for men. Now, he and his team have a team of regular guys, and they saw a gap in the market: men's skincare products that were complicated, expensive, and lacking accessibility. Determined to change the status quo, they set out to create a brand that would make skincare meaningful, affordable, and easy to use. Their marketing and brand management expertise, combined with the skills of a visionary partner, led them to the birth of Tiege Hanley. Through their collaboration and their development of product systems, and they've transformed the way regular guys think about their skin. Today, he's going to share his inspiring story and the journey that they had to reinvent men's skincare. So get ready to discover the power of uncomplicated skincare for men. Without further ado, let's welcome to the show, Mr. Kelley Thornton. Now the Project X party can start. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate being here. Love your intro.
Man, it's all about having a good time. You know how it is. We as guys want to go out and do the things we want to do and not have anything hinder us. And yet we start to get older and start to see some of these crow's feet and some of these wrinkles. And although we're maybe not as intense as our female counterparts are with skincare, it's vital for us, and we're not doing it. Tell me a little bit about your story. How'd you get into the skincare space?
Yeah, well, you know what? We don't have to, we can find our own journey. We can let the women be women, and men should take care of themselves in a manly or any way that they feel comfortable with. You know, my journey is I felt like I was getting a little older. I was concerned about my health in general, not just my skin health, but my health in general, what I was eating, how I was sleeping. And, you know, and I think like skincare is just part of a healthy journey. You go to the gym or you go for those walks, or you ride your bike, you're doing what you're doing. And, you know, finding a healthy skincare routine is an important part for a guy to take care of himself. And we do it for ourselves, but we do it for our loved ones, our significant others. We want to take care of our body. And that's kind of where the genesis of skincare came from for me. Plus, I saw a huge opportunity in the market to help guys understand what skincare is all about.
Is it just me, or as we're getting older, I mean, obviously you had the hair issue that I had, but part of that comes with, now I have to develop a habit of shaving my head every day. Now I have to develop a habit of, I got to work out every day. Now I have to develop a habit. And a lot of times it's all these little habits that we're developing to enhance ourselves. Skincare is one of those things that you definitely need to develop as a habit. A one-time use isn't going to cut it, right? It's kind of like trying to get six-pack abs. You can read about it all you want, but one session of good crunches isn't going to get you there. It's got to be something on a consistent basis. The issue is developing that habit. What kind of habit routines should we have in place so that we can really maximize some of these skincare routines, but minimize the time constraint that I know most guys are like, how long is this going to take, dude?
It doesn't need to take much time, right? I mean, and we talk about that all the time. Look, you just layer it in the morning. You get up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face. You may do it in the shower with a high quality face wash, and you put a little moisturizer on before you head out for the workday. And that adds maybe, you know, maximum a minute or two to your morning routine. Same thing at night. Before you get to bed, if you're like me, you're exhausted, you remember to brush your teeth, You just use some high quality face wash like Tiege Hanley's face wash, but there's good products out there, and we are advocating for, good skin health. That wasn't, if you use Tiege or someone else's, use a really great face wash. For you and I, we can put it over top of our heads and we can do the whole thing all at one time before we go to bed. A nice clean head, nice clean face, pat dry your head, your skin with a nice towel, and then just put a nighttime moisturizer on. That's good. You've accomplished like 75% of what you need to be doing right there.
I love that. I love that. And you're right, man. I use a bar of soap. It's funny because I go shopping for the household. So kids are like, my son's like, I need this shampoo. My daughter's like, I need this conditioner. I go to check out and they're looking at me a little funny, like, you use shampoo and conditioner? No, I just use the bar of soap and then I'm about done right there, right? But yeah. I do lotion up, right? And that's one of the routines for me that kind of makes a big difference. I've been told that I should apply some of the stuff before I go to bed, just as important as applying it before I get off in the morning. Yeah. What do you tell guys that are kind of getting in this routine? And for a lot of guys, I mean, let's face it, I walk around and I see dudes that are just, they're burly guys, right? They got the beard going. You look at their elbows, they're super ashy, their knees super ashy. They don't really care, but what are the benefits? Why do this?
I mean, look, we don't, this secret is not new. It's just new to guys. I mean, women have been doing this forever, ever and a day. And, the benefits are real, or else they wouldn't be spending all this time and money. And by the way, I don't believe you need to spend a lot of time. I don't believe you need to spend a lot of money, but the results are real, and we have, we've shipped over 1.5 million. We're going to be in our 2 millionth box in November, a product that we've shipped. And we get comments and reviews every day into our customer support line saying how much improvement they saw in the elasticity of their skin, their youth, reducing fine lines and wrinkles, that their skin just looked better. And more importantly, their loved ones and significant others saw it in them first. So we know the benefits are there. Guys are just like realizing if you spend a few extra seconds in the morning and night, you'll have benefits from it. And we haven't even talked about SPF. I mean, you live in, a beautiful area where the sun is shining a lot. And if you live in any place, where the sun is shining a lot, you need to put a moisturizer on with a solid SPF. I'm not talking about the stuff that you put on when you go to the beach, when you're doing water activities that is a sports related, sunblock. I'm talking about daily moisturizer with an SPF in it. You going from your place, your office to your car to your home to the store. You should have your daily moisturizer. And I use it all over my head every morning. And we have, a very, very, very lightweight moisturizer that has SPF in it. And I know, and by the way, I shouldn't have said it, if you live in a sunny place, it doesn't matter where you live because the sun's rays get through, as I was describing earlier, these horrible clouds we have in Chicago today. So it's just, those things are like, that's just square one for a dude. You got to do that. You got to put it on your ears, the back of your neck, wash your face, moisturize. Your question about night, that's the hardest. It's the hardest routine. It's hard for guys like you and I that are pounding it every day. When we get to bed at night, we're exhausted. We're just exhausted, right? If you're like me, I fall asleep anywhere by 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm shot, especially on a Friday night. But, making that little extra effort, I leave my face wash and my routine right next to my counter. And so I wash my face. I actually can time it. I do it in about 30 seconds, wash, rinse, pat dry, and I use a nighttime moisturizer. It took me a while to get used to a nighttime moisturizer, but it actually, is the one product that we have that I see that and a retinol stick, which we'll launch in the summer of 2023, has the biggest impact on my skin. When I use a PM moisturizer, ours is packed with a marine collagen. It's an albacore. It's a muscle. It's a collagen that comes from the sea mollusk. And when I wake up in the morning, it has other things in there as well, like aloe and vitamin C. I can tell how my face looks. It looks different in the morning. So these are healthy habits. It's simple for guys, really uncomplicated. And I highly recommend every dude does it.
Look, at the end of the day, we're in business. We need to be talking to people on a regular basis, whether it's behind a camera, on a Zoom call type thing, or you're shaking hands and kissing babies in real life. Whatever it is, your presence, who you are, has to show up on a regular basis. Now, I know when I was younger, my routines probably weren't as good as when I'm getting a little older now, right? I'm in my 40s now. It's a whole different ball game for me. I actually like routines and things in place, and especially when it comes to fine lines and little wrinkles, those things have been developing since forever, right? So when should I start this routine? And is it beneficial for me to start earlier, or can I start it later when, I already have some of these visible wrinkles? It's going to help me fix that aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, look, we have a huge ton of our, huge ton of our guys are like 18 to 25. So we have a lot of guys that are in that age category. From 18 to like 32, we have half our guys, but the other half are from 33 to 70. So it definitely helps to start any healthy routine. And by the way, I love your segue about routine, like creating a good routine in life and anything you do, I think is really part of success, right? And I think you teed that up really well. But starting a skincare routine of washing your face and moisturizing every day. I also say throw in a facial scrub twice a week, to exfoliate. Just starting there is perfect. If you're a young guy, wash your face and moisturize. Just start there. Scrub twice a week. As you get into your 30s, you want to think about anti-aging products. It's really important to start with like a great eye cream or using an exfoliating mask even once a month. If you could use an exfoliating mask, basically strips all the dead cells in your skin, in your face, and helps your skin regenerate a layer of epidermis on top of your skin, and it reduces, detoxifies, takes all of the impurities out of your skin, and takes most of the excess sebum in your face, in your skin, a lot of oils out of your face, and replenishes it with other oils that are really helpful for your skin. So these are things that as you progress and as you get a little older, you want to start doing, more of these things and head towards anti-aging. But you're in your 20s, you start hitting 30, you want to think about crow's feet, fine lines. You want to think about detoxifying your face once a month, if you can do that. Having a healthy routine morning and night. And then you want to start thinking about anti-aging as you get in your later 30s and 40s. And those are things like retinol, as I mentioned, exfoliating masks, serums that have niacinamide, vitamin A, vitamin E, and several other things that are really help replenish your skin and help your skin rejuvenate. So that's a long answer. It's a long journey. You start simple and you build over time.
Yeah, it's a long answer, but the truth is, this is one of those things that you needed to be doing for a long time. Maybe you didn't get into it until later on in life like I did, but it's still something that you need to implement in your day-to-day to kind of help out with a lot of those little things. The only thing I think that'll put you out of business is if we find the fountain of youth, which will completely reverse aging. In that case, I think you got something here that'll kind of help, at least try to hit that slow down button, because I can tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, as you get older, time just keeps going by so much faster. It's crazy. All right, let me ask you this about the business, right? So every entrepreneur has a vision. They have something that they want to create, but they don't always find the necessity or the tools or the ability to create it all by themselves. They find partners and people they can work with. Tell me about your partnership with Aaron and with Rob, and how did these partners of yours combine their expertise to kind of help your brand grow?
Yeah, well, that's an awesome question. I'd love to be able to talk the majority of this podcast on that one issue, because choosing the right partners are, so difficult and so important. They can either really help you accelerate your growth, which my partners have, and can be very guiding and stabilizing and like really provide like with a diverse point of view on what we should and shouldn't be doing. And that is, and agree on a lot of things and disagree on not too many things. And that's pretty indicative of my partnership. And I think I consider myself extremely fortunate to have that. Aaron is a phenomenal content producer. He's a great business guy. He's very creative. He's very charismatic. He is insanely intuitive. So I get a tremendous amount of camaraderie and inspiration from him, and also kind of just guidance. Rob is very thoughtful and like very kind of contemplative. So he's actually not like Aaron and I. We're more, alpha, outgoing, outspoken, more on the emotional side. Rob is very contemplative and very strategic and thinks about things, for much more period of time than we do. We're more impulsive. So I think, the point really is like trying to figure out your partners, finding out who to go into business with that can complement your style and bring things that you don't. And that's super hard, right? It's just the same thing as marriage. It's the exact same thing as getting married. And you hope that you pick a spouse that, complements you and allows you to be the best you can. So another long answer for you, but I've been very, very lucky.
Man, I'd say it's more difficult than finding a marriage, because you have two and they got to work together as well. Not just you and the one partner, it's you and the other two partners, and the other two partners got to work together. And there's always going to be drama, and you're always picking on different things. And what are you going to price it at? And what's the quality of this? And what's the size of that? But all that works out in your favor if you pick the right type of partners, because at the end of the day, you're all working towards the same vision and the same mission. So let me ask you about affordability of your product, right? So that's one of those things that you want to make sure that you're priced at a point where you are profitable as a business, but also where it makes sense for the consumer. And I know recognizing affordability in a market like the guys market here, we have a whole different idea when it comes to cosmetics and creams than our counterparts, our lady friends do. We're probably just not as willing to pay for stuff like they are to kind of enhance their skin products. So how do you balance quality of the product, but also developing a product in a price range that guys will kind of gravitate towards?
Yeah, well, you have to make a conscious kind of decision with your business about where you stand on quality, because you can always like try to reduce your quality to reduce, the cost of goods sold. But as you do that, what people love so much about your products is your brand and the efficacy of those products. So as soon as you start going down that path, it's a slippery slope. So from my perspective, we want our products to be as affordable as possible so that they reach a broad appeal, but knowing that there's lower limits of that we will not cross. Because if the product doesn't work and the product's not great, then we don't have a business. So, and if unfortunately affordability becomes an issue, there are certain people that just can't afford our product. It's hard. I mean, you kind of basically have to set kind of a standard and say, we're not going to go below it. And unfortunately, if someone can't afford your products, we do everything we can to help them out, but they're probably just not your customer, and that's okay.
That sometimes that's how you got to segregate the market, right? At the end of the day, your purpose is to be of service to others, but your business's purpose is to make a profit. And if your business is not surviving, it's not going to be around to help even the ones that you can help. So yeah, you got to make that decision up front. Let me ask you about disrupting the market, right? So let's literally get in the face of the guys out here, right? How do you disrupt the market? What are some of the things that you found as an obstacle along the way that you feel you had to overcome when it comes to the men's skincare market?
Well, I first and foremost, disrupting the market. We have a very specific, objective and mission here at the company. We want to help as many men as we can look and feel amazing, get on a healthy skincare routine. And so that's our mission. And we want to live that mission. We want to try to get as many guys as possible. Whether they're using our product or not, hopefully they are thinking about taking care of themselves and looking and feeling the best that they possibly can. So I think like we were just want to stick to that. You know, we want to stay laser focused on that. And everything we do wants to support that. Making content where we find audiences that are interested in hearing about this, you know, to the people that we hire, the people that come on our team, you know, everything starts with what we want to try to accomplish. And I think like if you kind of start there and you know, stick with your mission, I think like to me, you can be disruptive. You know, you can be like, you can live the company you want to live, and you got to make great content, and you got to connect with people in a way that they want to be, you know, talked to and spoken with. And we think we're good at that because we're a bunch of guys talking to a bunch of guys about taking care of themselves and taking care of their skin. So, you know, that's kind of a framework for how, you know, we think we're doing, and making great content, you know, get content that people want to hear.
You gotta break their myth bubble, right? Like at the end of the day, the guy's coming in and he has this idea of what it's supposed to be, and you're trying to share your idea of what it could be.
Yeah.
And that's where kind of that mix and that content and the education kind of comes into play. What are some of those common misconceptions or some of those myths that guys have around skincare, and how does Tiege Hanley like address them, right? How do we confront some of these myths? Let's just put them out there and bust them.
I you know, like for me, right, this is where I'm coming from, my personal place. You know, when you think of, and I've been married for a long time, when I think of like a woman, we were speaking about this earlier, taking care of themselves, we think about, you know, I'm always downstairs ready to go on Friday night, Saturday night. I'm fortunate. If I'm fortunate, I have a, you know, cocktail in my hand and I'm ready to relax. I've had a long week.
Unless you're like me and you got to do your hair, right?
And what am I doing? What are we doing? We're waiting for our significant other to come down the steps to get in the Uber. And it's like, you're just like, as a guy, you're just like thinking, what takes so long? What takes so long, you know? And so for us, you know, we're always saying like Mythbuster, it doesn't take long as a dude to take care of himself. Like it just takes a few minutes. Anybody can do it. So I think like that is a huge misconception. I think there's a huge misconception about quality, which you were talking about before. You know, I say this emphatically. We make really fucking good products. Like our products are very efficacious. Our suppliers are always telling us, take this take this ingredient out, take this natural ingredient out, take willow bark extract out, take this out. We can save you so much money. And we make really good products, you know, and a lot of the products you buy in a store, I mean, some of them are good, but basically what they are is a lot of water, a couple foo-foo dust ingredients that they put on the front, like, you know, it has aloe on it or it has vitamin A on it. So a lot of those products just aren't that good. They're just not that good for you. Our products work really well. So buy a high quality product. It doesn't take long and you see results. You will see results. Almost guaranteed everybody will see their improvement in their skin. So I think those three myths are ones we bust all the time.
I love that. I love that. And the customer feedback is so vitally important, right? The fact that they're getting results is why they keep coming back, because you said it was going to do something. It's a quality product. They try it, it works, and that's how you win. So how do you take that customer feedback? How have you used that when you put product out there and people are enjoying it, or worse, maybe they have a reaction or whatever?
Yeah.
How do you take that customer feedback for product development and future growth?
It's everything, dude. That is the genesis of everything that happens. You know, my customer experience team, there's 5 guys sitting in front of me, and everything we do is based on customer feedback. Everything from, you know, what we put, how we ship our product, what we pack in the box along with it, talking about ingredients, you know, how much product people are using over a set period of time, to figuring out the number of ounces that should be in our product. We get feedback on packaging. How well is the product, evacuating from the packaging? Should we be doing more to be sustainable? We already have post-consumer recycled material in our product based on consumers, what they want, to shipping lead times, to, new product pipeline, product innovation. Everything starts, the genesis of all of that starts from the customer. And, if you're not listening to your customers, I don't know how you run a business. It's like the headlights on a car.
It's exactly right. Exactly. And you know what? A lot of times we're so focused on SOPs and automations that we forget at the end of the day, that customer feedback is what's shaping your company. It's what's making the improvements. It's those improvements that are going to increase sales and customer retention. That's where the lifetime value of your customer really kicks in, because you're paying attention to them for them to stick around for a lifetime. So it makes a big difference. So let me ask you this: as an entrepreneur, there's a ton of lessons that you've learned along the way. What would be probably the one you'd like to share with business owners who are thinking about starting a business and probably don't understand what's involved, but also the upsides that they can benefit from?
Yeah. I'm going to go to an oldie but a goodie. Try the best you can not to hire your friends. Early on, it's so easy, you're drinking a couple beers, or you're playing, you're playing football or baseball or tennis with a friend. You're saying we should go into business together. And, you start talking and generating ideas, and you're like, we need to go into business together. It's okay for the first year or two, but it gets really hard when you're hiring people that you have a personal relationship with outside of business, because at some point you have to make hard business decisions about what's best for the company, and sometimes it's not what's best for your friend. So, man, we all know it. We know that the old saying, "Don't hire your friends." We all do it, but you shouldn't, and avoid it at all cost.
Oh man, that is so true. Easy to hire, very difficult to fire or break up after a while. Remember the whole idea of the marriage thing? That's part of the problem when you hire your friends early on.
Yeah.
All right,
Stay
Kelley,
away from that.
Yes, absolutely. We're running low on time here, so I want to make sure we get our pitches in, right? So at the end of the day, if people want to finally start doing something about it, they're like, look, all right, these guys are right. They understand. I don't want a big routine. This has got to be something simple. How do I get this product?
Go to Tiege.com, Tiege. We got a killer offer for you guys. If you go to Tiege.com/business bros, there's a 30% off offer. It's our best offer out there. And I think it includes a free item. So check us out. Again, we'd love for you guys to check us out and give us your feedback, regardless if it's our product or, another great company out there. Make sure you get on a healthy skincare routine. It will pay dividends. For nothing else, you'll feel good about yourself. And if you feel good about yourself, it's easier to go out and kick ass every day. And we want to be part of that if possible.
Oh, you are 100% right. I mean, I don't know, man. I remember my high school days, right? You get up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and there's this giant pimple staring right back at you. Your confidence level just goes,
exactly.
Right? But you come up in the morning, you've already revitalized your skin, you're glowing, you're ready to take on the day. You look in the mirror, you're like, ooh, let's go get them, baby. And
I'm ready to kick some ass.
I'm ready to kick some ass. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's it. Get your stuff together. Get your face, your skin feeling as good as you feel. All you got to do is go to Tiege.com. That's TIEGE.com/business bros and get your 30% off. Start getting that skincare, and it's already affordable. Literally, you heard him talking about it on the show today, right? Quality product, affordable product, plus you get a 30% off. What are you waiting for? Tiege.com/business bros. All right, Kelley, I got one more question for you, man. I told you at the beginning that the goal for me is to create a fun 30-minute episode where we can take the questions that you answer and turn them into short clips for social media. So my question is, what was your experience like creating content with the Business Bros?
Loved it. I love your energy. I love your intro. I love everything about what you guys do. You're just having fun. And that's what it's all about. We're trying to help other people as much as we can along the way, try to be as successful as we can. I'm here to tell anybody out there that's listening to your show, start a healthy routine, get up in the morning, go for a run, work out, take care of yourself so you can take care of people around you, your kids, your wife, your mother, your friends, and get on a healthy routine. Business Bros, give me a chance to talk about that. I appreciate it.
He ain't lying.
No, he's not. He's telling the truth. I forgot, man. I used to have all these different clips I used to play on here and have fun with this stuff, right? Well, I'll tell you another one. What Kelley just said right now.
Oh, you're right. And when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
For you young people, that's Spaceballs. It's a Mel Brooks movie. It is a great movie. You should definitely check it out. Kelley, thank you very much for coming on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Tiege.com/businessbros. Get your 30% off all your skincare products that are on the website. Let's do this. Take care of yourself. Get the energy you're looking for. We'll catch you guys again on the next one. Peace.
Thanks for having me.
It's over. Go home. Is your business in need of marketing? Try starting a podcast. But not just any podcast. Podcast like a pro. We can show you how to take your business from being invisible to becoming a brand people trust. Go to www.business